From the Home Slice News Center, this is the Daily Slice for Wednesday, April 13th, 2022. I'm D. Ray Knight, and this is what's going on. Here is the latest on the war in Ukraine. More than 720 people have been killed in Bucha and other Kyiv suburbs that were occupied by Russian troops, and more than 200 are considered missing, the Interior Ministry said early Wednesday. In Bucha alone, Mayor Anatoly Fedoruk said 403 bodies had been found, and the toll could rise as minesweepers comb the area. Ukraine's Prosecutor General's office said Tuesday it was also looking into events in the Brovary district, which lies to the northeast. Authorities said the bodies of 6 civilians were found with gunshot wounds in a basement in the village of Shevchenko, and Russian forces were believed to be responsible. Vladimir Putin vowed Tuesday that Russia's bloody offensive in Ukraine would continue until its goals are fulfilled, and insisted the campaign was going as planned, despite a major withdrawal in the face of stiff Ukrainian opposition and significant losses. In news closer to home, the South Dakota House has impeached State Attorney General Jason Ravnsborg over a 2020 car crash in which he killed a pedestrian, but initially said he might have struck a deer or another large animal. Ravnsborg is the first official to be impeached in South Dakota history. He will at least temporarily be removed from office pending the historic Senate trial, where it takes a 2/3 majority to convict on impeachment charges. The Senate must wait at least 20 days to hold its trial, but it's not yet set a date. Ravnsborg pleaded no contest last year to a pair of traffic misdemeanors in the crash, including making an illegal lane change. A man fatally shot by Rapid City Police last month has been identified. With more is Amy Rose.
South Dakota state investigators have identified the man who died in a police shooting in Rapid City last month. The Division of Criminal Investigation says Barney Leroy Peoples Jr. was shot by officers who responded to a report of a residential burglary. The Chief of Staff for the State Attorney General, Tim Borman, says 2 Rapid City officers discharged their weapons during an encounter with Peoples on March 26th. He was pronounced dead at the scene. No officers were injured. Rapid City Police and the Pennington County Sheriff's Office said earlier that officers entered a closed door inside the home and encountered the suspect, who was pointing a long gun at them. DCI continues to investigate.
A Pennington County grand jury has charged Quincy Bear Robe of Rapid City with second-degree murder for the shooting of Myron Purrier of Porcupine on March 19th at the Grand Gateway Hotel. Purrier died from his injuries on April 3rd in the hospital. Bear Robe, 19, had originally been charged with aggravated assault and commission of a felony with a firearm in the shooting of Purrier. The aggravated assault charge was dropped after the second-degree murder charge, but the felony firearm charge still stands. In national and international news, President Joe Biden says Russia's war in Ukraine amounts to genocide, accusing President Vladimir Putin of trying to wipe out the idea of even being a Ukrainian. Speaking Tuesday in Iowa shortly before boarding Air Force One to return to Washington, Biden said he meant it when he said at an earlier event that Putin was carrying out genocide against Ukraine. He told reporters, "It's become clearer and clearer that Putin is just trying to wipe out the idea of even being a Ukrainian." Biden added that it would be up to lawyers to decide if Russia's conduct met the international standard for genocide. Police in New York are hunting for the gunman who wounded 10 in a Brooklyn subway attack. Chrissy Davies has more.
Police hunted late into the night for the gunman who opened fire on a subway train in Brooklyn. Tuesday morning's attack left 10 people wounded by gunfire and once again interrupted New York City's long journey to post-pandemic normalcy. The search focused partly on a man said by police to have rented a van possibly connected to the violence. Investigators stressed they weren't sure whether the man, Frank R. James, was responsible for the shooting. But authorities were examining social media videos in which the 62-year-old decreed the United States as a racist place, awash in violence, and sometimes rallied against the city's mayor, Eric Adams.
Alyssa Nakken made Major League Baseball history as the first female coach on the field in a regular season game when she took her spot for the San Francisco Giants against San Diego. The 31-year-old came in to coach first base for the Giants in the 3rd inning after Antone Richardson was ejected. When she was announced as Richardson's replacement, Nakken received a warm ovation from the crowd in San Francisco. She also got a congratulatory handshake from Padres first baseman Eric Hosmer. The Giants won the game 13-2. Your weather forecast from the Home Slice Weather Center. Mostly cloudy and windy with a high of 29. Tonight, windy and cold with a low of 16. And that was your Daily Slice for Wednesday, April 13th, 2022. The Daily Slice is a production of Home Slice Media Group, hosted by D. Ray Knight with Amy Rose and Chrissy Davies. Executive producer Mark Houston. Engineered by Chris Jacquez. I'm D. Ray Knight. Have a great day.